All right, this video is on critical thinking. So critical thinking, crucial for leaders. At the end of the day, is probably what you're paid for, is your ability to think. You have doers already, so there's no need for you to be doing all the doing. I appreciate we need to do some of it. But if you're not doing the critical thinking, then who is? So critical thinking is really, really important in terms of decision making, prioritizing, risk mitigation, all those types of things. And you put those, skills into action with the game we played, which was Survival at Sea. So you remember you're in 3 groups and you were given a list of things that you could potentially take, and you had to order them and then explain to each other why you wanted to take certain things, and then you were ranked at the end, which I think you all ranked the same, which was quite good. You all survived. That was good. Phew. So that exercise demonstrated, I guess, critical thinking. And some of the important things about critical thinking is that we need to ask more questions. So we need to stop thinking of all the answers, but start to think of more questions, and not accepting things maybe at face value, but diving a little bit deeper into it. It sometimes can come across a little bit critical, that you may be judging or critiquing something, but really it's just thinking more deeply. So quite often, if I start to ask a lot of questions and things because I'm truly trying to understand things, if I'm doing this with someone else in the room, I might frame up, hey, just letting you know, I'm going to ask a lot of questions because my brain's really fascinated with this and really wants to figure some stuff out. So please don't take it the wrong way, because I find sometimes people can. So what's really important with critical thinking is that you can, it's to use some sort of process as well. So it is about questioning, but also a process which is really helpful is getting clarity, making conclusions, and then making a decision. And quite often what leaders seem to do from my observation is they leap to decision making very, very quickly. So if you find you're making decisions real, real quickly, you might want to ask yourself, why is that? And is that perhaps what you want to be doing going forward? Where you want to kind of play a little bit more is in that clarity space. So remember, clarity, conclusions, decision. Find the clarity first, because that will help you to make a better decision. If you are 100% or close to or around about clear on what it is that you're seeing, you are more likely to make or draw better conclusions and in turn make better decisions. So critical thinking is also about it's also about being humble as well. So we talked about the Dunning-Kruger effect. I think I mentioned a certain president in time who was perhaps overconfident about things, and that's my dog, by the way, sorry, just joining the video, and as a result that impacted on their ability to make thorough decisions. So it's about also being humble in terms of your thinking, and making sure that when you make a decision that you've really thought through that process properly. The other thing to think through is that is assumptions. I'm sorry, I didn't intend to have a dog in the video, but there you go. This is the dog that I talk about. Luna, do you want to say hello? No, she's a bit shy. So it is about assumptions, and it's being careful about what assumptions you do make. Most of the time your assumptions will probably be right. I'd say about 80-90% of the time your gut feel your assumptions will be right. But don't always bank on that. Sometimes we do get caught out. So stay down what we call that ladder of assumption. The most stable part of the ladder is the bottom. So stay down there. You're more likely to make effective decisions if you've got all the data, opposed to leaping to assumptions. And then the other technique that I talked about is the so what. So it's quite useful, actually. I do use this every now and again, is where you ask yourself the question, so what? And if you can't answer it, or you're struggling to answer it, that means you need to ask a few more questions. So basically, guys, critical thinking, we want to do a bit more of it. Do we do enough of it? Are we asking enough questions? Are we making judgments off too many assumptions? And are we getting more clarity before we leap to decisions? So something to think about. All right, see you next time.